The range and variety of sounds in a drum kit are the widest of any instrument. Using a drum bus, you can glue together each individual element of the drums so that they sound as one, while adding excitement and a drive to the song. I'm going to show you how to set up the drum bus on a song I'm mixing. I'm going to use compression, EQ, overdrive, and saturation to slightly change the feel of the drums. I'm in Pro Tools, but all these concepts apply to any DAW and any similar plugin you have. Here we have all our drums. We got some kicks, snares, some claps, some hi-hats, of course, and some other little fun drum effects, tambo, and they're all being routed to our drum bus here, up at the top. Now what we want to do here is we want to affect all the drums as a group. We're not trying to affect individual instruments at the moment. We're just trying to get the drums to have a nice feel, vibe, the intensity level to be right. So let's hear what it sounds like with nothing, just dry. Let's mute the other instruments, just drums. So let's add a little compressor here, and I'm using the Shadow Hills compressor. Let's try to add some glue and attack to this set here. Let's play it. So we're speeding the attack up a bit as we're trying to tame some of these transients, but also still get some nice attack to them. See where it feels right. Super compressed here. Make sure the release feels timed right. You could hear the taming of the transients of the kick and the snare especially. And I like the sidechain insert in, so that the kick isn't affecting the compression as much. See how the whole drum set is starting to feel like one. It starts to feel a little more compressed and a little more even with itself. Next, let's add some harmonic enhancement here. Let's get a little more excitement from the drums. So we'll throw on some thermal here. So let's go through a couple presets and try to find something that's not too intense, nothing too crazy, but something that's adding a nice little flavor. Start with the drums here. I think it's clear this could be a little much right now. That could be really nice. Compare these two. Go with something a little more subtle. This one's a little subtle. So let's start there. What's great about thermal is we can affect different frequency ranges with different types of clipping and saturation. Now here we're starting with the soft clip on the low end here. You have different stages. Stage 1, stage 2, stage 3. So let's do some lows, mids here on stage 2, and we'll make stage 3 the split band to high end. So we can affect these a little bit differently. Now let's turn them off for a second. We'll start with the low end. So this is mostly just getting our kick here. Take the sub off. Let's add some drive. Go a little harder. You can hear that's just the low end we're getting. Let's see if there's something. Stick with the soft clip here. Go a little lighter, back off, we don't need that much. gain down, match it a little bit more. Now you could hear we're getting a lot more excitement out of that low end. Let's try to do the same thing to the high end. Let's see if we could tame it, but also make it more exciting. Soft clip. Let's see what the mids sound like as well. Super cool. Might be a little too intense for this song here. Let's take it back down. We're getting a little too much high end. Let's back that down. Now you can see all the possibilities you have with thermal. You could change the EQ, you could gain it down, gain it up, different saturations, bit crusher, and width on each frequency range. So let's add a little width on the top end to get more of that hi-hat spread on the tops. So here you could start hearing all that high-end information spreading out more, which again is giving us a lot more room for other instruments when we start introducing them. I felt like we lost a little bit of tack here, so let's add a transient designer, mostly for that kick drum. Just want to add a little bit. Just allows it to feel a little tighter. So now after that, let's add a little bit of tape saturation. Again, I'm using the ATR 102. There's tons of these different plugins that you can use. Just try to push the input a little bit more here. And again, you could hear it's very subtle, but we're just trying to glue that whole entire drum set together. Now I did notice because of the harmonic information, we're losing a little bit of the clearness of the top end. So I'm gonna add another EQ here, just boosting a little top end to get that back. Look, maybe about 12K here. Now you can hear without it, the drums felt a lot more dull. So we'll give it a little bit more. And once we work the vocals in some other instruments, we might back down a little bit, but this is feeling right about here. So now I'm hearing just a couple other small things I want to tweak. Let's pull up another EQ here, do the Pro Q. The low end doesn't feel as tight as I'd like it to, so I'm going to tighten the kick drum up here with a little filter. So you can hear immediately with just that, you're getting a tighter kick drum, not getting so much subs in the bottom end, which will save space for our bass when we pull that in. I'm also hearing a little bit of the snare, kind of the low end of the snare is popping up a little bit too much for me. So I'm gonna add a dynamic EQ here, just something that's very small. I'm gonna find that frequency of the snare. It's popping out a little bit, so we'll bring it down. So now that we've done our drum bus, let's go and compare to what it sounds like without the plugins on, to make sure we're in a better place where we are adding that excitement that we're looking for. So this is without any plugins on. So I think that's a great starting point for now. I think that feels a lot tighter, a lot more like one drum beat together. We're getting a lot more excitement out of the drums. You feel like there's a little bit more space for other instruments that will blend in here. And you make those decisions based on your own personal tastes and the song that you're working on. This exact technique might not work for every song. These exact settings might not work for every song. But what you're looking for is these ideas to help you get closer to what you are looking for.